Feel the legs pushing up on the stairs. I'm feeling it. Feel the high that you get from the line. If you feel the rage of hell in the sky.
Alright guys, I want to give you guys a quick little review. X-Men 97, episode 10. I had to rewatch this episode again. I'm going to grade the show as a whole in the probably later this weekend to give it a grade, but I have to rewatch this episode again. Part 3. I can safely say I enjoyed it. Was it better than part 2? No. There was some good, there was some bad, and there was some ugly. And here's the ugly. And it's not that much. And y'all probably say, well, come on, Johnson. You going trash? No. Let's just listen to Johnson. Before you jump the gun, I just want to give you my 2 cents. That's why it took me a while to get this review out, because I did a recording of it. And I was like, I'll wait it out. So, the ugly. The way they ended left me very upset because I wanted some more X-Men. And they ended on a way we're going to the age of the apocalypse. And yes, sir. And you probably say, Johnson, you're spoiling. Johnson ain't spoiling a damn thing. Johnson is just telling you what was at the end. We're getting what we're going to get next season. Now, I ain't going to spoil the fight scenes, what we got. But that's the good. We'll worry about that in a minute. But let's talk about that. And I just didn't like how they ended it like that, because I'm one of those people that wants a proper ending to resolve majority of the issues. But again, it's following how the animated show did back in the day, and they did it like this, so I can't complain. Marvel, you need to hire Benio BD. His name is BD. The great BD. Benio DeMayo. Mr. Mayo. You need to hire him back immediately. Because I can tell you now, if he does this, let him work on the live action films. Because this man knows the X-Men material. And I will talk more about that in my review. My X-Men overall review. So, that's the only ugly thing. Let's get on to the bad. I'm sick of Charles. I'm sick of Magneto's story. Look, that was my biggest thing, my takeaway. I didn't like that because you probably said, well, Johnson, it was bad. It's not because it's bad. I've seen it so many times. I've seen it in the First Class. I've seen it in the original X-Men. I've seen it in the original X-Men anime series. I've seen it a little bit in Wolverine X-Men. I've seen it enough where I just don't care for that story no more. I've seen it enough. I don't want to hear it no more. We all know Charles wants to be a kumbaya with the humans, and then Magneto's like, Homo sapiens needed that. We get it. We've seen it enough. Let's move on. I don't want to see it no more. I didn't think we were going to get that towards the end, but it is what it is. The way the show ended too with Wolverine, I didn't really like that. I thought we could get a little bit more closure. Oh, and another thing, I will talk about the Morph and Wolverine thing, but we'll talk more about that later because, again, I got a lot to say on that, but we'll wait. We'll wait in another video because I don't really want to touch upon it right now. All right, moving on from there. And that's kind of the only bad I had. I think too much time was given to that because it was 40 minutes, but I think we could have skipped that or wrapped it up a little bit quicker. Let's get on to the fights. And then this review will be over. The fight scenes save this for me. The fight scenes between Bastion, Cyclops was badass. The fight scene between Rogue and Bastion was badass. Overall, the fight scenes in general were very good. We got a little Marvel vs. Capcom scenes going on here with Cyclops with his Octabeam. I thought that was handled perfectly. Like I said, a lot of that stuff I really did enjoy. The fight scenes really saved it for me, and the rise of the Phoenix saved it as well, and the cameos. Dear Lord, the cameos. Oh, we saw Peter Parker and Mary Jane Watson. Now, you probably say, Johnson, I didn't know you were a fan of Mary Jane. Yeah, I'm a fan of the 90s Mary Jane. That right there, when I saw her, and then BD was on Twitter. I'm going to call him BD. He was just on Twitter answering questions. Yes, that's Mary Jane. Peter found Mary Jane. Marvel, if you don't get your ass and make a Spider-Man animated series 99 or whatever you want to call it, because y'all lost your damn mind. Y'all better make it. Shit, that's money to be made. Money to be given to you. I tell you, BD knew what he was doing. BD knew the assignment. This was for a fan of the 90s. Boy, I loved it. We got to see Iron Man, Black Panther talked a little. I said, Wakanda forever. Not the film. I'm talking about the real Wakanda. So I was like, yeah, I'm digging this. So I had my fun with it, and like I said, you probably say, well, Johnson, you still had some bad and ugly. Well, of course, everything's not perfect, but I will give this season, the overall season, we'll talk about that in another video, but I want to give this episode 10 out of 10. I enjoy the hell out of it. This is arguably probably one of the better finales I've seen thus far this year. And actually one of the better finales I've seen thus far out of a superhero show we have seen since the Marvel Netflix shows, if you want to count them, in a while. If you want to talk about streaming-wise. It's just perfect. So, as always, like Daredevil Season 3 if you're asking. Like, subscribe. Peace. And the outro will end it for you. And I'll see you guys later.